Welcome to ATI Pro Media. We're live at 9 here this morning, Thursday, October 3rd. Welcome to the show. Got a lot to talk about. Your markets are moving, things are happening. Big day in the grain market yesterday. Did you do something? What did you do to reward the rally? Let's talk about that. Post it in the comments. We want to know what you did yesterday and if you're doing something again today, maybe. Who knows? All right, let's roll through the markets and go to LaSalle Street and talk about where the markets are at right now. We got Dees corn down 2.25 at 430. Nove beans are down 12 cents, 1044. Chicago wheat down 5 cents at 610. KC wheat down 3 at 616. Jumping over to feeder cattle. Feeders, are they the leaders? Up 37.5 on Nove, up 17.5 on October. Fat cattle up in the front, down in the back. Hogs are down 57 to 60 cents. Let's go on over to Wall Street. Look at the Dow. Dow's down 229. S&P down 3. NASDAQ up 50 points. Bitcoin up 240. Gold down $1.60. Crude up $1.78. I jumped over that one. Connor B, come on into the show. Let's talk through the headlines. How are you doing today, Connor?
I'm not bad. You can tell it's fall because I'm. If I sniffle, I apologize. It's been. We got the windows open and I'm feeling it. My whole family's got
It's that
that
time of
stuff.
year
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't
Yeah,
know if the camera can pick it up. You'll be like, well, Connor, your nose is red because the allergies. Actually, no. I took a 2-year-old's cowboy boot to the face on the trampoline. So
you got to watch those arms and limbs. I
it.
think, wrestling them into the car seat, that's the biggest danger for me. The feet go kicking and flailing. But yeah,
Absolutely. Well, let's jump into it. Kind of a risk off day. I feel like we've got I was looking at the GFS forecast in Brazil, adding, a little bit wetter. And I say, a little bit wetter from being 100% dry because it's still not super favorable, but it feels like with beans down 11, that's kind of the ringleader for here. So let's jump into it.
okay, yeah. Well, first headline here. What do we got? China is on holiday, Connor. Talk, go
Yeah,
ahead.
important thing to keep in mind. We've been talking a lot about export business and that we've had China on holiday, I believe, all week, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of weekly holidays out of China, which is interesting. But it always catches me off guard when we see that. But I don't know. What do we got to do? Maybe we can get this on the ballot for the election. Can we get the day after Super Bowl off? Right? If China gets a week-long holiday, can we get that Monday off, Brady?
Let's go town hall meeting. I want to hear it in the debate. I want to hear the policy changes to day after Super Bowl. That's a good point, Connor.
I'm not a swing voter, but if one party came out with that, it'd scratch my head. It'd make me think about how I'm going to vote this November. But anyway,
Yeah.
so we'll keep that in mind. And then, if they're back Monday, do we see a flurry of activity? Right? It'd be really nice to see. China's economy is that we've seen them really pump a lot of dollars into it, really try to stimulate it. Be nice to see that export business, right? The framework is there. Just looking at the dollar to where maybe we could see some good exports, and we will take it.
Yep. No flash sales this morning. Am I
Nope.
right seeing that? We didn't have any flash sales this morning. It's a
Correct.
little disappointing. I always like to see those coming on the headlines, but nothing to report here today. So,
Yeah, we're early to this headline, but we got to remember when we're talking soybean exports specifically, because when we talk corn exports to China, there's nothing to talk about this past year, right? There are none. But that soybean export business, in about a month, will start popping in these seasonal charts where it's very much a cliff where we are the market for soybeans. And then as soon as Brazil, South America, excuse me, comes online, if they come online, right, still got a whole crop to plant. The business really shifts down south. So keep that in mind when we're looking at current prices, looking at the export business.
yep, it's go time. Let's go. Well, speaking of demand, next headline here, ethanol production out yesterday, back above 1 million barrels per day, 2% higher than last week and running 0.6% higher than a year ago. Ethanol production, some of these plants are coming off maintenance. There's expectations that hopefully those run rates stay high. Big piece of corn demand. It's good to see us above 1 million barrels per day on the ethanol production.
Yeah. So did that headline, asking you, Brady, did that headline catch you off guard? I mean, is this a good a good wind? I mean, what do you think? Is this a trend we're going to see where that ethanol demand can continue to pick up?
That's a good point. With crude prices where they're at, and watch the prices at the pump, and then watching there's only gonna always gonna be some set of demand with the mandate to include what 10% ethanol in the blend, but yeah, it's good to see the run rates there, and the margins got to be there for that to happen. But yeah, million barrels per day. I think that's a solid run rate. We saw record run rates in August. Dipped a little bit last week. So a bounce back here as plants come back online. Certainly good to see, Connor.
Yeah, we'll take it. We will take it. So, other thing we need to talk about is we lump this into one headline, but when we're looking at escalation in the Middle East and really looking at this wheat market, it's down 4 right now, but had a good day, past couple days. Is the dryness in the Black Sea. So I saw headline drought forces Russia's, I'm going to butcher this, Voronezh region to declare a farming emergency, right? Where that was the big wheat rally 4 or 5 months ago where we saw that dryness in Russia. The story isn't over. And so we'll continue to look at that and just talk about the dryness, in Ukraine, Russia, South America, right? There are weather issues in the world, maybe not necessarily in the United States, but there are things we need to monitor.
Yep. Well, the geopolitical headline, really spurred the markets yesterday with the Middle East escalation, but that fundamental change potentially with the Black Sea dryness, that actually changes the fundamentals of supply out there versus just the fear and the risk premium coming to market. So, but it's interesting to see that story resurface. I mean, 6 months ago, we talked about a smaller Russian crop. Will we actually see increased U.S. wheat exports because of that? Time's going to tell there. The story's yet to be written, but big day in wheat there. Big day yesterday.
Yeah. And talking a little bit weather, looking at the U.S. weather, we had the drought monitor out today. It didn't, a little bit of change. We got a little bit more precipitation, but nothing I didn't think was worth popping up. I didn't think it really told a story. But I continue to look at this extended forecast in central Illinois. We have got a nice window of opportunity to get a lot done this harvest. Give us the Kansas update. Is it the same?
Yeah, combines running. We would love a rain this time of year, even if it would slow the combines down for wheat planting. A lot of wheat drills going this week. It's that time of year where in Kansas we have milo ready, we have beans ready, we have corn ready, and we got to get the wheat in the ground, and it all happens at the same time. And if you're a cow calf guy, you're starting to think about weaning them calves too. So it just all comes together right there, and you got to get it done before Thanksgiving and Christmas so you can go on holiday.
Right. Where here in central Illinois, it's really almost a ton of soybean cutting is being done. I think we're going to see even more, right? Get the soybeans out when you can, and then we'll go back to the corn. So
yeah, the thing that concerns me a little bit, it's sorry to cut you off there, Connor. That concerns me, it's great to have the bushels coming out of the field, but if you have that open window for harvest, watching those river levels too. We've talked about that in the past as well. So kind of more bushels coming to town, but we're not putting those river levels back up to where they need to be to move that crop out through the river and the Gulf.
Absolutely. And we talked a lot about that is if we see that, yields I've been hearing in central Illinois, here's the debate. Are they really good or are they fantastic? And, if we have everyone shelling corn, right, we have elevators that did carry over, it depends from 23 crop, 24 crop, right? They didn't go into this harvest empty. Now they've had time to plan for it, but if we have that gut slot harvest where we are dumping corn truck after corn truck, and it could really weigh on things, right? We've seen it before, and I've talked a lot about that, but we'll see there, right? Right now, bean cutting, we're not quite in that just everyone shelling corn, but time will tell. Something to watch, and we've said it. I think it was our call to action Monday. It's still our call to action. Check your cash market and see where you are. See if you like that basis and futures price.
Yep. Well, with the rally and then with the combines rolling, I did a premium yesterday and pumped it out to all the clients out there. I thought it was time sensitive, needed to get out in time, actionable day, actionable move. Talking about, hey, the tools, just a simple philosophy and the tools that you can use to go make some decisions confidently, not look back in hindsight if the market continues to go higher, or not look back in hindsight if this is just a pump and dump and rolls. So if you want that, shoot us a message. We'll get it to you. Pat myself on the back for the premium content.
It was a great one. So good stuff. So, well, with that, I do want to I do want to pop in. I pulled in the GFS
Okay.
in Brazil real quick when we're just looking at weather. And as you can see, it's not exactly where they're just, we're still talking below average precipitation for the next 14 days, but adding a little bit more, a little bit less concerning. I still look north part of that map is the Mato Grosso region, still significantly dry. So we'll see where that goes. But I think the thing to keep in mind is we are talking dryness during the planting season. Now, they like to plan into a little precipitation. That's why we're seeing the planting delays. But we're not quite in the situation where it's, correlate to the United States where it's July, August, and the rains have to come. So continue, right? Your call to action beginning of the show, Brady, was what did you do with this rally? Did you, sit on your hands and say it's going to keep going up? To me, I think to us at advanced trading, these are actionable levels, right? We know bushels are moving, and let's make sure we're taking advantage of it.
Absolutely. Yep. Good stuff. You never know where it's going to go, Connor. Will the rains come? Will they not come?
Right.
It's a little early in South America, but a lot of stuff going on. Beef had a good day yesterday as well. We had the choice cutout. It's actually down 36 on the cutout, but $1.64 higher than a week ago. So a little stability on the cutout, probably because of the port strike and some concerns with imports coming in. I got a graphic I'm going to pop up here if I can find it real quick, looking at the lean beef market. Lean beef market's really rolled over, and we've talked about how this has propped up the cutout values. So looking at, the lean beef market, if we have less imports coming in of lean beef, propping that up at a perfect time. You couldn't ask for a better time for something to come in and support that cutout, because that cutout was starting to inch lower and look and bleed lower. So a little bounce there. Good to see. And cattle had a good day yesterday, Connor.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and start wrapping the show. I think we got a few questions. We want to digest those. So here we go. Central South Dakota spring wheat, no bid. Winter wheat, 99 under. Corn, 70 under. Soybeans, $1.10. Central South Dakota, what a terrible cash market. And I think that's where, when we start talking that North South Dakota farmer, they're going to have bin storage because they've got to be able to keep that grain off the market, right? There's no reason to lock in $1.10 under on soybeans, in my opinion.
Yeah, you got to look at. Yep, absolutely. Those are some ugly looking numbers. I would anticipate better. Here, what do we got here next? Brent Lott, are you hearing any information on the late planted bushels per acre or moisture versus early planted? Is that talking about the northern Iowa, southern Minnesota area, Brent, maybe? What do you
Yeah. Or just, I'll give you an update, like early planted stuff, especially some early planted soybeans and some early varieties. They were good, maybe a little bit more variety on yields, right? A little bit lower. Late planted stuff so far, knock on wood, I'm hearing some really good yields in Central Illinois. Like I said, most everyone's on soybeans, it feels like right now, but corn, I really think it's going to dry down very quickly to where we don't see a whole lot of dryers running, but time will tell there.
Yep. Tommy G, Ag Bull Podcast there. He's out working hard on some premium content right now. So if you want to catch more of Tommy, jump in, subscribe to Premium, $1 a day. Let's run that premium commercial and tell guys what all you get with a premium subscription to ATI.
Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today.
We're getting more and more actionable stuff coming out of premium, good stuff each day. Jump in, subscribe, appreciate your business. And if you want to see more Tommy G, jump over there and be a premium subscriber.
Yeah. So I think with that, any other closing thoughts, Brady? We'll go ahead and wrap up the show. I don't think we have any other questions, but we'll see, right? Market's down, bouncing a little bit on soybeans. We'll take it. It's still down around 8, but time will tell. Markets are going to move very quickly the next 30 days. And so we'll make sure we stay in front of it.
Absolutely. Yep. We'll be back tomorrow. Join us then. Go check out the premium in the meantime.
Have a good one, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.